Hi, welcome to Hinduism Q&A. In this episode, we're going to look at what it means to be Manglik or have Mangal dosh in your horoscope. In India, it's very much feared, and when people get married, this is one of the first things that is checked for, and marriages have been known not to go ahead due to this. As we go through this, if you want to check your Manglik status, then hit the pause button in a few seconds, head over to my site at www.thejyotish.co.uk/chart and you can generate your chart there. You will also find this link in the description below. Firstly, let's take a look at what Mangal is. Mangal is also known as Kuja and is the planet Mars. This planet in our chart represents our assertiveness, aggression, sexual energy, courage, and action. Mars in astrology is considered a fiery planet, as in the planetary cabinet, he is the commander-in-chief of the divine army. Now let's take a look at how you determine a Manglik status. In a horoscope, if Mars is in any of these positions, then it is considered a Mangal dosh. It is also considered a dosh in this position, but there are some differing opinions on this. The reason Mangal is doshit or afflicted in these positions is because if we consider a natural horoscope, the signs of Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio fall here. These are water signs, and you would expect a hot fiery planet to be uncomfortable in these signs because it is a ball of fire sitting in an ocean of water. The reason for being afflicted in this position is because it's in the area that rules marriage and partnerships, and this area is also ruled by Venus, which in turn governs the water element. Finally, it is considered an affliction here because although Mars is in its favourite sign, it sends its energy here, here, and here. If you look at this annotation, I have put a few basic areas each house of the horoscope covers. Looking at this, you can understand why an uncomfortable Mars would be problematic. For example, in the second house of speech, it could make your speaking style harsh and blunt. Clearly, this would not be good for a relationship. When matching horoscopes between prospective partners, astrologers also look at this from other positions like the moon, but that's a milder form and is beyond the scope of this session. There are also different levels of the affliction called high and low Manglik. This is because some positions can lead to marital discords and others are believed to lead to accidents or other misfortunes. In India, when arranged marriages were very prevalent, this was less of an issue as arrangements would be made based on horoscope matching, and people who are Manglik would marry another person who is Manglik. Alternatively, remedies to neutralize the affliction would be done prior to the marriage. In the West, this affliction is more problematic as people choose their own partner, and therefore the partnership is based on chemistry between them. The effect is that between two Mangliks, the chemistry and the excitement in the relationship will be lessened, so often a Manglik will naturally not be drawn to another. Even more problematic is that they will be more likely drawn to those whose nature isn't very compatible, and therefore the longevity of the relationship is curtailed. This can lead to higher divorce rates or unhappy marriages. Let's take a look at why. When someone is Manglik, it means the Mars in their chart, and therefore the energy of Mars that flows in their aura, isn't harmonious. Because Mars is our assertiveness, this planet now sits in a watery sign. That energy is hindered. Therefore, in a marriage, these people can feel or be victimized by their spouse, since they are not by nature overly assertive or aggressive. It can also occur the other way, where a Manglik is the person causing harm, particularly when Mars is in the 1st or 7th house. There are some cases where these effects don't manifest due to other planets or placements helping reduce the effect, but this is not so common. Understanding all this is good, but the ultimate goal is also understanding how to remedy the situation. A word of caution is that the remedy should be carried out after consultation with an astrologer, as the chart needs to be read in its entirety and some remedies may not be suitable for everyone. Some of the ways to remedy the situation are, firstly, Mangliks may be able to wear red coral to stabilize the energy of Mars and strengthen it. This is very dependent on the horoscope. Secondly, Mangliks should, after having their charts match, try to marry other Mangliks. Third, Manglik should wait until their very late 20s or early 30s to get married. This way they have been through a few relationships to understand if relying on chemistry is problematic for them, and that maybe they should look for a kind and caring partner. And fourthly, a kumbha or shaligram or ashwath viva. This is where the Manglik person first marries a clay pot, a shaligram stone, or a tree. This way the Mangal dosh is mostly discharged into the tree, pot, or shaligram, and the effects on what would be the second marriage is lessened because the second marriage effects manifest from very different positions. Hopefully this helped you understand the meaning and mechanics of being Manglik and takes away the shroud of mystery around it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.